Hi friends, it's Pam. I wanted to come to you today with a video I'm going to entitle Secret Beauty Tools. It's not really that they're secret, it's just I don't see anybody else talking about them much on YouTube. And these are items I wouldn't want to live without. I wouldn't want to be without these items. So that's why I thought I would bring this to you today. Maybe you'll learn something that might help a problem that you're having. And I hope there's some discussion in the comments. Maybe y'all will have some beauty secret tools or products that can help the rest of us. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start at the top of my head with this wet brush. Now, this might not be new to you. It is to me. I do my hair at night and I color my hair. My hair is tangly. I suffer from breakage if I'm not careful. I use a lot of hairspray and teasing. So when I wash my hair, I only wash it a couple times a week, but when I wash my hair, I like to soak it with the conditioner after washing, and then I just like to distribute it with this wet brush. I used to use a comb and I had a lot of breakage from the comb, but if I use this wet brush I don't have as much breakage. Now I have to go through it in sections because I have real thick sort of coarse hair, so I go through it in sections and comb through it like that. I leave my conditioner on while I'm, shaving my legs or whatever, and then I will brush through it again with this wet brush. And you see it has this little handy hook there just hanging on my shower head. And then I'll rinse it out, and it's nice and smooth with minimal breakage, minimal tangles, and wrap it up in my turpy twist. And I never blow dry my hair, rarely ever. And I usually actually even go to bed with it damp, and then when I get up in the morning I style it. So I'm loving this wet brush. Now I got mine at Rite Aid. I have seen them on Amazon that are vented, and if I had a preference it would probably be for vented. That way if I wanted to use it when I was blow drying I could. But this is the one I just picked up at Rite Aid and I do love it. Okay, for my face, something that I have referenced a couple times, I shave. I shave my face with this Tinkle razors. I get mine on Amazon. I think I paid $8 for 3 or 4 of these 3 packs. And a couple times a month, I just get the caps on it now, safety cap. But of course I take the cap off and I just shave all over, just almost like that, almost flat. Now don't go like this, or you can give yourself a little cut, but I do it all over my face, almost up to the hairline. In fact, I've gone to the hairline before inadvertently, around the mustache area, the chin, right under the chin. And the purpose of this is twofold. Number one, of course, it gets rid of unwanted hair, and they're actually called eyebrow shapers. So I even shape the top of my brow. Now I don't go under here with it, I think that would be too tricky, but I go right there with it and right there with it and on top. So of course it's getting rid of unwanted hair, but what's also cool is you're dermaplaning, so you're getting rid of a top layer of dead skin cells, so your skin is nice and fresh when you finish this process. And as I said, you're also getting rid of unwanted hair. I do it a couple times a month and I use these Tinkle razors. Now in between times, because as I've aged, I've always had a lot of facial hair, usually just peach fuzz of course, but as I've aged I've gotten some thicker hair, darker hair around my chin and my lip. And so to get rid of it I use the Tinkle razor, and in between times this little razor or trimmer right here, you can hear it, I got it going, and I just go around like that, and it gets it between times, and I can just do it real quick even before I put on makeup. I don't have to give it any thought even with makeup, so if I notice something after I've got my makeup on I can just go through it. This operates on batteries, or it also comes with a USB charger, so very convenient to use. Got mine on Amazon. I cannot let's see, it says it's Essie. There's a bunch of different brands, so take your pick. Works great. Now, another thing that I use is this Clarisonic. I could not be without the Clarisonic. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Clarisonic anymore. I got mine, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, and it's not too strong to say it was a life changer for me. I suffer from acneic skin. I used to get cystic acne. I started getting that, I'm going to link it to the birth of my first baby. And oh my goodness, I suffered with it so. There wasn't a week that went by that I didn't get a fresh outcropping. Eventually I went to the dermatologist. I was prescribed all kinds of pills, doxycycline, minocycline, and it would help, but I hated being on antibiotics, like, you know, 24/7. I didn't like that. I tried tretinoin, different gel, and for various reasons, I just didn't continue with them. But I tried this Mia facial cleanser in conjunction, and I just, first I double cleanse, triple cleanse really. So I take off all my makeup with a cold cream or some type of cleansing balm or coconut oil or something like that, including my waterproof eye makeup. Then I wet a microfiber cloth with some micellar water, go over that. Used to use just witch hazel. And then in the showers where I use this with a cleanser. Right now I'm using Estee Lauder, I think, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a great cleanser. I've used Philosophy Purity Made Simple. I've used the Neutrogena Hydrogel. So those are all great ones. Anyway, I use a cleanser with this, and I cleanse all over my face and neck, and it is fantastic. I have often followed it with Peter Thomas Roth Unwrinkle Peel Pads, but I use a lot of other acids now, and I don't have to use those Unwrinkle Peel Pads. But that's what I started with, and that is the thing that stopped my acne in its tracks. It was unbelievable. It was, like I said, life-changing for me. If you've ever suffered from acne, you know what I'm talking about. I used to get fresh outbreaks every week. Now I might get 1 or 2 small, tiny pimples a year. So, game changer. If you have a teenager in the house, or if you have teenage grandkids that suffer from acne, turn them on to this. And I use the one for the acne skin. They got a lot of different heads, and I first tried the deep pore cleaner, broke me out worse. So the heads do make a difference. Get either the sensitive skin or the one for the acneic skin. Works like a charm. And I couple it with either the Peter Thomas Roth Unwrinkle Peel Pads or another acid, like the adapalene gel, the different gel, or any type of gentle acid. And you're going to be amazed at the results. It is a game changer. Also for my face, and I've done a whole separate video on this, is the Derma Roller. It has made a huge difference in my skin, and I just have started it a few months ago. It has definitely softened, lessened my crow's feet. It has helped a little bit with pore size and just the skin tone. One of the things that it's helped with that I wasn't anticipating was it is helping restore the volume in my lips. And something that I noticed just this week, man, my eyebrows are super full like they used to be when I was in high school. Or I will say junior high, because when I was in high school I started plucking them like crazy and overplucked them. And they got so thin, I didn't think they would ever come back. And they recently came back, and the only thing I can attribute it to, because I don't pluck anymore, by the way, just a little bit right here. The only thing I can attribute it to is the derma rolling, because that's the only thing that's changed in my routine. Fantastic. Check it out. This is 0.5 millimeter. I also have a 1.0 millimeter that I've just started using on my legs and my belly for stretch marks and cellulite. Don't know if that's working yet, haven't used it long enough, but for the face, fantastic. Okay, moving on down, going to hands. Now, I'm not a big nail person. In fact, until just a few years ago, I bit my nails like crazy. It's such a disgusting habit. But in an effort to make them look nicer, I started, actually, when I got this Blue Cross cuticle remover, I got it from my toes. My daughter Darcy often helps me with my toes, and I got this originally from my toes to get rid of some of the thick skin that builds up around the nail bed of my toes. And I put this in a dropper container. I'll put it on my toes and let it sit like 5 or 6 minutes. I'll keep re-wetting it. Let it sit 5 or 6 minutes, then sort of scrape away, whatever, however you want to call it, scrape away the dead skin with this little cuticle pusher or a similar tool. You can get plastic ones, wooden ones. This is a metal one. You can pick them up at Walmart, Sally's, Rite Aid, wherever. Amazon has little kits of them. And wow, does it make your feet look fresh, like you get the polished look like when you go to get a pedicure, because it takes all that dead skin that you really didn't even know you had off your toenails. You can just, you know, easily wipe it away with the dull edge of this. It is amazing. And then I started using it on my fingers. Now the process is similar for my fingers. I'll put a dropper, get a dropper full, and put a few drops around each cuticle. Let it set 90 seconds for my fingers, and then I use, again, this little pusher. I don't push hard, just very gently push them back, and in the process the dead cuticle comes off and it bunches up on the nail. You can see it. It's sort of gross. And then I do it again, let it sit another 90 seconds, and, you know, scrape it away with this, or push it away with this. I don't use much pressure at all. And then I use like, I think it's called 1 minute manicure. You know, it's the sugar type scrub that's suspended in oil. Go all over my hands, of course, and each nail bed, and wash it off. And oh, my nails look so fresh and nice. It's just beautiful. Takes away any stain, like if you have stains from dark polish, it really gets rid of that too. And then I always follow it with this. I just found this a few months ago. I think they recently reformulated it. It's called Nail Aid 1 Minute Artificials. Found this at Walmart. Oh my goodness, I love it. It gives your nails like a slightly bright rosy look. As you can tell, it's got a slight pink tint to it. It's a clear gel, and it really makes your nails look good. It sort of brightens them. And then sometimes, like today, after that top first layer dried, I put like a nudie pink color on, let that dry, and then went back over it with this. So had color sandwiched between 2 layers of this stuff, and this will last on my nails for 7 days, 9 days, 10 days. And I'm in water a lot, I'm typing a lot, you know, I'm always working with my fingertips, and it makes it last. So if you have trouble making your your manicure last, give that a try. It is fantastic. You can use it with any nail color, or you can use it on its own. It's real pretty, gives your nails a fresh, bright look. So recommend that highly. Another thing for the nails or the feet is this great file. I mean, a nail file is not exactly a secret, but this one is so good. One side is very smooth, and you can file your nails without them breaking or cracking or splitting. This is called Beauty Secrets Superior Nail Products. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Sally's. I picked mine up at Sally's. On the other side, it's very coarse and rough, and you can get the dead skin around your, like I have some callus around my thumb, my middle finger, where it built up when I used to write a lot in college, and I still have trouble there, even though I don't write much anymore. But anyway, this gets rid of that. It gets rid of little rough edges around your toes, the rough skin, and of course, perfect for filing your toenails. So pick one of these up. They're just $1 something. Great nail file. It lasts a long time. And you can, you know, rub it with alcohol or wash it with soap and water, and it's fantastic. Love that product. Okay, the next item I wanted to talk about, and really this is what got me thinking of the process, the video secret beauty tools. I have horrible legs. I have spider veins. I have varicose veins. I have nicks and scars. Scar easily, and my legs they're just a hot mess, in addition to being fat, of course, and dimply. So I used to tan a lot. When I say tan, I mean I tanned in the tanning bed. And I know that's bad for you, but I did it for many years. Well, 10 years maybe. I started when I was a senior in high school, and I continued it into my 20s before I realized what damage I was doing, and I stopped. But I still need tan. I mean, my legs are a hot mess, and I think everybody looks better with a tan. This message is for Jane. So what I do, if you can, please call me. So anyway, I had to find a way to get my tan legs, and of course I tan the rest of me too, safely. So when I was in high school, the only self-tanner that was available, I think, was called QT, Quick Tan. Oh my gosh, that was horrendous. Nobody wanted to use that because it was orange. And through trial and error, though, I've really hit upon a good process, and I'm going to share it with you. There's a lot of good self-tanners now, not like back in my high school days. But the first step starts in your shower. Actually, right outside the shower, I have a big dry brush that I got, I think, from Amway products, and you know, you can use it as a body brush in the shower, but I use it dry all over my body first. Then in the shower, I use these little gloves. They're like loofah gloves or something. They're exfoliating. I pick these up at Walmart. You can get them at Rite Aid, CVS, any drugstore, Walgreens, Target. And I go wet them. I go all over my body with these. Sometimes I use shower gel, sometimes not. But anyway, I go all over my body with these gloves. I used to use the like shower gel scrubs that you can pick up, and they're supposed to be moisturizing, and I would notice that my self-tanner would streak when I used those. So I attributed it to that shower scrub that would leave a residue, so I don't use that anymore. I want a clean slate when I self-tan, and that's why I use these, sometimes a soap, sometimes not, but that's what I use. And instead of, it gets rid of the dead skin instead of the shower scrubs. And then when I get out of the shower, then I'll use one of my self-tanners. There's a lot of good ones out. Fake Bake Flawless, Saint-Tropez, Loving Tan is very expensive, but it is a good one. I just got this one. I haven't tried it yet. I got it on recommendation from Lisa D1. It's the Naked Skin Pre-Shower Gradual Tan Lotion. I'm excited to try it, and I'll let you know how it works for me. But even with that, I still have unsightly legs because of the reasons I mentioned, spider veins, varicose veins, scarring, etc. So I happened upon, when I was trying Vita Liberata self-tanner, got this deal. It's called Body Blur, and it's like sort of a leg makeup. It's this color right here. So I squirt some out, usually mix it with a little dollop of moisturizer, you know, lotion, and put it all over my legs, let that dry. And it really, like the name suggests, it blurs right over some of those veins. Now, it doesn't block them out completely. That would look artificial, and I wouldn't want that anyway. But it gives you almost a look like pantyhose, you know, just really smooths your legs and the imperfections. It makes them look so much better. However, this stuff, I think it costs on its own, it costs something like $32. If you get it in a deal with the bronzer or the self-tanner, I think it's something like $64, so it's expensive. However, if you use these two products together, it gives you a similar effect. Just a little dab of this. It's Hard Candy Glow All the Way bronzer, and it's shimmery. As you can see, it's tinted and it's shimmery, so just a little dab of that, and quite a bit bigger dollop of this Sally Hansen airbrush legs. Mine is in medium, and maybe a little dab of lotion, and put that on your legs. It gives you a very similar look to this at a much cheaper price. Hard Candy Glow All the Way you can get at walmart.com, amazon.com. I think some Walmarts carry it, although mine does not. And Sally Hansen airbrush legs, I get that, you know, CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, Target, wherever. But both those products, you put them on and your legs look good, and if you wait for it to dry before you get dressed, it does not wear off on your clothes. Looks fantastic. Now if you got down there with a washcloth and started scrubbing, of course it's gonna come off. But just in the normal wear and tear of your day, it's gonna be fantastic. You won't have a problem with that at all. So I recommend that. If you've got problems with your legs, even if you just have dimpled legs from cellulite, give that a shot, because it really smooths over, makes them look fantastic, or as fantastic as they can look for myself. Okay, now to the feet, and this product is amazing. It is a foot file, and I know you're gonna say, well, what's so amazing about a foot file? This one is special. It is really, really special. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is called the Flowery Foot File. On one side it's called. On the other side it says Swedish Clover. I get this at Sally's. You can also get it on amazon.com. And one side is super rough, one side is a smoother foot file. I keep it in the shower, so it's very convenient to use. Here's the process by which I use it. I turn on my shower, and I turn especially when I first started, I don't do it anymore like this, I just use it while I'm in the shower. But when I first started, I had such thick calloused heels that you could legit put a quarter in the cracks. They were horrible and painful. Just, I mean, terrible, terrible feet. Like if you've ever seen those before and after pictures for like baby feet, and you think, oh, there's no way those people's feet look that bad. Yeah, people do have feet that horrible. I was one of them. And I tried everything. I mean, I was always using scrubs and oils and lotions, the Derma Roller. Heck, I'd burn those out in 1 or 2 uses, so it got very expensive. Then I happened across this, and this, I just replaced it. And the one before that lasted for 5 years, legitimately 5 years, in my shower, no special care. And anyway, when I first started, I would let my feet soak in the water a little bit, and then you just lift it up and you start to work on the rough patches with the rough side of the file. 30 or 40 seconds I would scrub, and then I would go over it with the smooth side. After using this 3 times a week for 2 weeks, my feet felt like a baby's butt. They were awesome. I couldn't believe it. It was shocking to me. And I just do it once or twice a week now in the process I just described, and they stay nice and smooth, and they don't catch on anything. They don't catch on my socks. They don't catch on the sheets. And if you saw me in sandals, you would think, oh, her feet are pretty. You would not think, oh my gosh, look at the cracks on her heels. This is fantastic. I recommend it highly. My feet are now almost as soft as my husband's, and that's saying something. So check it out at Sally's or Amazon.com. So those are my beauty secrets, secret beauty tools, things I wouldn't want to be without. What are yours? I'm interested to see if you have some recommendations I haven't heard about. So leave your suggestions in the comments.